Hello, guys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Christian. I am a spiritual mentor. All of my content is about healing you and helping you reach your highest self. If it's your first time seeing me, like the video, subscribe, get into it. And if you already are subscribed, then hello, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing good. So, I have not seen you guys in a little minute. I've uploaded maybe like a short here and there, but I haven't done a video in about a week and a half. And I haven't really pinpointed why exactly. The YouTube is just not the funnest thing for me to do anymore. I think since I've actually gotten a handle on my community and on the podcast, that's definitely one of my priorities. Not to say that this isn't my priority, of course. YouTube is always going to be my priority to a certain extent. But I really have been enjoying Sacred Solidarity. I've really been enjoying the podcast. And, I just haven't really been feeling like making YouTube content. I'm really not sure why. There's a lot of videos that I have to make, but I guess I just haven't been in the space because I've been doing podcast episodes every week, but it's just something about the YouTube. It's just not hitting for me right now. But yeah, I am going through, a lot of different transitions and stuff like that. I'm going to be moving in a couple of months, so that's something new. You guys know how it is every time you're stepping into a new move, a new space. Also, I had the Gather event yesterday, and it was really, really, really awesome. Not yesterday, I had it on Saturday. I'm thinking it's Sunday for whatever reason. I had the Gather event on Saturday, and it was beautiful. It was incredible. I definitely want to do more community-based events in Dallas. And if you're in Dallas, make sure you follow Sacred Solidarity on Instagram so you don't miss out. The next event we're going to do is a book club meeting, and we're going to do a book exchange as well, where we're going to bring books and swap them out. But I really appreciate you guys for pulling up, and it was a really, really beautiful experience. So yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else before we get into this collective read. Also, guys, I am now offering a monthly guidance package, which basically will allow you to work with me for the month. And if you wanted to renew it for another month, then you could. Sorry, guys, I just got off live doing readings. And well, not all the time, but sometimes when I do readings, it makes my nose area itch. And I'm very itchy right now. But the monthly guidance package will allow you to get a month ahead reading from me every month, and then we'll also give you 3 tarot card readings that you can get from me at any time during the month. You can hit me up, ask me a question, get a love reading, a career reading, a general reading, an ancestor message, whatever the case may be, and I'll send you a reading. So essentially you'll get 4 readings from me throughout the month, one of those being a month ahead reading, and that is $65. So the reason I created the monthly guidance package is just for those who maybe wanted a mentorship with me but didn't have hundreds of dollars to get a mentorship, or you want to work with me on a somewhat frequent basis, or you want, a couple of sessions a month, or the opportunity to ask me a couple of questions and get a couple of readings throughout the month. I created it for that reason. So yeah, I don't really think there's anything else that is new besides that. I would definitely recommend you guys to really follow and keep up with Sacred Solidarity because I've been posting daily, and I'm going to keep posting daily, and there's going to be a new podcast episode every week. I don't know how often there's going to be new content on here. I'm being real with y'all. I might try to get on live at least every week, if not every other week, but I'm just really not in a YouTube mood as of lately. But definitely don't take it personally. It's not y'all. I love y'all, but I don't know. I just haven't really been in the mood, but we're going to do a collective read for this full moon. I definitely feel a tad bit refreshed. I feel like I'm slowly but surely kind of getting into a better headspace overall. But I am excited for this full moon in Sag that we're going to have on June 3rd. And of course, I'm doing the personal full moon experiences. So this full moon experience is going to be keys on keeping you balanced, what's next for you creatively and spiritually. And we're also going to be talking about What is keeping you from being in alignment? Because this full moon is definitely going to be one of balance. It's definitely going to be one of balancing the two extremes. You know, whenever I heard there was going to be a full moon in Sag, I was like, ooh, okay. Because we know Sag is the energy of creative freedom. It's the energy of moving freely, you know, exploring your passions, and just leading with your creative, you know, energy, leading with that creative mind, and being open to making new discoveries and stepping into new things and going from here to here to here to here, you know. I don't want to say chaotic, but it's a good chaotic creative space to be in when we have Sagittarius energy. But we also have it with a full moon, and we know full moons typically bring in emotional energy, you know, some heaviness, you know, revealing things to us. So when we're in a space of creating this and creating this and creating this, coming from that to being in a space of, well, not even coming from that, you're literally in the same space at the same time. You're in a space of total creation, and you're also in a space of total reflection, sometimes even total isolation. And I feel like this full moon is definitely going to put us in a space of being like a worker bee creatively, but in that space you're going to have time to think like, why couldn't I create like this with the people around me? Why couldn't I create like this with certain friends around me? Why did I have to put myself in this space to be able to create? What is wrong with my current environment? How is my current environment not serving me? Why did it take this to bring me to a space where I can create finally, you know? So yeah, it's going to definitely cause us to look within, but of course make the most out of the Sagittarian energy. So yes, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. I hope my nose stops itching because this is a little ridiculous. Someone tell me what's my podcast name. The podcast is Talks from Sacred Solidarity. I have to update the description box, guys, because since my last video, I believe I changed the name of the podcast and stuff like that. But if you go on my Instagram, you'll be able to see Sacred Solidarity in my bio. You can click there and go straight to the podcast. I also have a group chat now for the online community Sacred Solidarity. So if you guys are interested in the group chat, then you can go on my Instagram, Real Pixie. Go from there to Sacred Solidarity, and from Sacred Solidarity, it's going to be in the bio. And the reason I kind of prefer the group me to the Discord is because the Discord link expires every 7 days, and I am not going to be changing the link in all of my descriptions every 7 days. So it isn't really the most convenient way for me to connect with you guys. I'll still share the Discord from here and there, but the group me is really going to be where I'm able to build that consistent community in an easier way. And also the group me is specifically for like a sister circle. The Discord is a safe space for whatever, no matter what. But my Sacred Solidarity group is specifically for women who are looking for community, people who are going through spiritual awakening, spiritual change, spiritual growth, and you want other people around you that look like you and can relate to you and can understand what you're experiencing and how you're experiencing that. So yeah, that is the purpose of that. So you guys can definitely check out the group chat. I'll try to upload the description box on this video with all of the new links. But yeah, guys, there's a lot going on. I'm also going to start doing more crystal custom pieces and all kinds of stuff. But just keep up with me, literally. Follow all of the Instagrams. The book club is about to start a new book, you know. Just keep up. There's a lot going on. But let's go ahead, guys, and just get into this full moon and Sag reading. I'm not really sure how many cards I'm going to pull or how deep I'm going to go. I'm just going to get into it and see where it leads me. But yeah, I've definitely been feeling a little all over the place, but you know, I'm very ready for what's next. And yeah, so in the description box, you guys are going to see information about how to get that personal reading with me for this full moon this week. You're also going to see how to book sessions with me, mentorships, check out the podcast, all of that good stuff. I am going to say if you want to join the group chat, then please follow the Instagram, because the Sacred Solidarity group chat, follow the Instagram, because I refer to a lot of the Instagram posts in the group chat. I post a lot of stuff for us in the Instagram and back and forth, so yeah. But I'll have all the Instagrams down below. I guess I'm going to just pull all of the cards that I want to refer to and just kind of do a full, you know, spread, you know. But we have new people joining the group chat every day. New people making introductions on the group chat every day. So I definitely recommend checking it out. I guess we're going to do a 9-card spread. All right. Let's get started. Again, thank you guys for being here. And I love y'all. I'm going to drink a little water. All right. So we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Fool in reverse. And we also have the 5 of Swords. So let's just start here. Page of Pentacles in reverse, the Fool in reverse, and the 5 of Swords. All right. So with this Page of Pentacles in reverse and this Fool in reverse, you know, we are super nervous about taking this, you know, next step. Also with the 5 of Swords, you know, this is kind of just letting us know that there are a lot of energies around us that could be affecting us in ways that we know or that we don't know. So I feel you guys are experiencing, we have indecision and anxiety here. Indecision and anxiety. So I feel like you guys really need to get your areas together, as in community, who you're talking about, who you're talking to when you're talking about your dreams and what you're manifesting. The people in your life that you are connecting with the most, the people in your life that have stuff going on and they aren't being open with you about it, or they aren't letting you know what they're dealing with. So they're just kind of harboring all of that stuff in there around you. So whether they want to talk to you about it or not, it's affecting you. If you have I don't even think this is people on your job. I think you guys have a lot of people directly affecting your ability to believe in yourself and trust yourself. And you really have to put a distance between you and those people. And I used to kind of feel guilty about this because I used to feel like, well, dang, I don't want to, you know, cut somebody off for not being as confident as me, or I don't want to remove somebody from my life because maybe they're just not, you know, in the same space that I am in terms of my faith and my belief in myself and, you know, my self-esteem, because that's not always the best thing. But your self-esteem, your low self-esteem will eventually turn into jealousy. That's just bottom line. If somebody has low self-esteem, it's going to turn into jealousy. If you don't deal with it, it's going to turn into jealousy. It's not going to just stay like low self-esteem for the rest of your life. Eventually, you're going to get jealous because you want to grow, you want to move, you want to be confident in yourself, you want to feel beautiful, you want to feel loved, you want to feel appreciated, you want to feel successful. And if you don't feel that, and you constantly see people around you that feel that way, and you keep telling yourself, I'll never be this, I'll never be this, I'll never be this, eventually you will start to resent the people that are around you. Eventually you are going to start to feel that way, regardless if you want to or not, even if you're happy about it right now. If you're someone that doesn't have children and you know that you want kids, but you know you don't want them right now, and you know maybe later down the line you decide you want kids and everybody around you has kids and you can't have kids, you're going to probably resent yourself for waiting, and eventually you're going to resent your friends for having children that you cannot have. Like, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean they're bad people, because I don't feel like this is y'all. I feel like this is the people in your life. Maybe some of us, we are the one that's hating, but whatever the case may be, it just is telling you, you need to deal with this. You know, like if you are, you know, wanting to be in a beautiful relationship and everybody around you is getting married, and you used to be happy the first couple of marriages, but now you're like, dang, bitch, when it's gonna be me, when it's gonna be me, when it's gonna be me, and you start to, you know, get aggravated or maybe even cry when, you know, you see people around you getting married because you want so badly for it to be you. When are you going to say, okay, what do I need to do so that I can start working towards this? What do I need to do so I can start healing this? Because there's always something that you could be doing to get you towards your goal. You know, I feel like maybe we all have been in spaces where we like, dang, when it's gonna be my turn, or dang, I really want this. But eventually you have to be like, okay, I'm gonna get it, because you're in control of your destiny just like everyone else is around you. You're in control of your destiny just like the people that's looking at you like, dang, you know, while they're able to do it, I got up and did it, and you can get up and do the same thing. You know, this person went and did it, so I know I can do the same thing. Being motivated rather than feeling like you're being attacked by someone else's success is pretty big. But I feel like, yeah, you know, we could definitely have some people around us that definitely mean well. But if you have anybody around you that is stagnant and they're acting like they're okay with being stagnant, and you recognize that they're stagnant, then they're not okay with it. They're not okay with it. Because there is no such thing as being stagnant and being okay with being stagnant. If you were okay with being stagnant, then it wouldn't be called being stagnant, you know, because even if you are content and you could be doing more. When you are in a space of joy, in a space of gratitude, you are always growing. Even if everything around you stays the same. If you work the same job for your entire life, but you are happy about that job, it will benefit your life as if you were, in a job where maybe you were getting a raise every year. You know what I'm saying? So as long as you are generating joy in your life, you're always going to be doing better and feeling better, and people are going to recognize that you feel better and do better. If someone's like, ooh, this person is stagnant, they are not generating joy in their life. They're not. And they're in a space where they want to maybe do more, or they have a desire to do more, but they never put one foot in front of the other and make it happen. So yeah, and also with this Page of Pentacles and the Fool, we have a lot of opportunities for new beginnings. We have nothing but opportunities to take a new start, to take a leap of faith, to try something we've never done before. It's really just about getting in your head and telling yourself, I'm going to do this. I don't care if it's confusing. I don't care if I'm not sure about it. I don't care if I'm doubting myself right now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it happen, because we all have moments of doubting ourselves and thinking that, oh, it'll never work for me. It'll never be me. I don't have this. I don't have this. I'm never going to be able to do this. But you really have to tell yourself that you can do whatever you want, because you can. And you really only hold yourself back when you try to convince yourself that you can't, because you don't believe that. The stuff that we know we can't do, we're not bothered by it. It's the stuff that you tell yourself you can't do when you know deep down you can do that shit that bothers you. I know I can't swim. I don't feel offended. I don't feel bad. I don't feel depressed when I'm sitting next to the pool, everybody in there swimming. I'm comfortable because I know for a fact I cannot swim. I know I can't swim. Me getting in the pool, I can't swim. That's not even on my radar. I can't swim. That's nothing I'm doing. It's not happening. It's not happening. I don't have to feel no way about it, because it's never going to happen, But if I am in college and I've been working on my undergrad degree for 7 years, and I see people consistently graduating that I was in school with, I'm going to feel a way, because I can do that. And maybe I feel like I should have done that, but I know for a fact that I can do that. So that's why I feel a way. Even if I tell myself that, it'll never be me, or I just need to quit, or I just need to give up, I can't accept that and stop, because deep down I know that I can do it as well, So I feel a lot of the times when we feel a way about telling ourselves, oh, I can't do this, it's not going to work out, the reason it doesn't feel right to tell yourself no is because you know it should be a yes deep down. Because I can't swim. A no for me to get in that motherfucking pool is a no from the Lord. It's a no, you're not supposed to be doing that. So it's a no. Sometimes no's feel good. It feels good when we get a no that we're supposed to get. When you are telling yourself no and it doesn't resonate with your spirit, it's obviously because it's not the no that you're supposed to be giving yourself. So let's move forward. We also have this Temperance card to piggyback off of this this Page of Pentacles in reverse. We have Temperance in reverse. So I feel like the thing that's kind of blocking us is not being able to probably bridge a gap between us and the success that we see, or the success that we want. So if you feel like the success that you want, or the success that you're striving to step into, if you feel like it's so far ahead, if you feel like you'll never touch it, if you feel like it can never be yours, and you can't bridge the gap between how I'm going to get to this space, that can of course definitely make you doubt it and make you second guess it. But people have done more with less. People have always done more with less. Like, there was once upon a time people were walking around in the dark and somebody made fire. You're not making fire from nothing. So please, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. People all the time in the world, in history, have made something from nothing. And we are all humans. We are all capable of doing what we want to do. We all have the same 24 hours as the next person. We all could be the president if we really wanted to. We all could be nurses and doctors and lawyers. We all could be whoever we want to be. That's one of the biggest benefits of this life. People always talk about the debate of nature versus nurture. What matters more, how you're brought up or who you are, and they are both important. That's what the gag has always been, that you need both of them. But whoever you are is in perfect alignment with who you want to be. But you can be whoever you want to be, you can step into that no matter what. So I think just having faith in yourself and being able to bridge that gap is definitely going to be beneficial for you guys. We also have the Six of Swords piggybacking off of this Fool energy, which is talking about, of course, finishing the race, having success around you, followed by support, doing the work and seeing the benefit of the work that you've done. So I feel like you guys definitely need a reminder that you're not alone. Even if it feels like you're alone, you are not. Especially since we have this Nine of Cups piggybacking off of the Five of Swords. So it's not like this is your only friend. It's not like this is the only person that you have in your life. It's not like, you don't know anybody else, or you don't connect with anybody else, or you don't have anybody else to support you or love you or pour into you. You have other options. I feel like it's just about really understanding how these people are affecting you, how this stuff is shifting how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your world, and not taking it lightly. I think sometimes we feel like, oh, it doesn't matter that I'm around this person that is never happy. It doesn't matter that I'm around this person that's never satisfied. It doesn't matter. It won't affect me. It will affect you eventually. And I think that's the suckiest thing sometimes, because sometimes we want people in our lives, and I can totally understand that. But everybody can't be. And sometimes you have to realize, like, I'm more anxious than usual. I'm second guessing myself more than I usually do. I'm typically able to trust my intuition and make decisions. Now I cannot. What's the problem there? What's holding me back? What's stopping me? What's putting a gap between me and who I'm supposed to be or where I'm supposed to be? We also have walking away. Walking away, this of course is the energy of moving forward, leaving behind things that do not serve you. So of course we know full moon is a perfect time to release, cut off, let go, and the Sag is literally the perfect energy of, I'm going to do what I want, how I want, when I want it for myself, and if I have to do it by myself, then I will, and I'm okay with that. So really understanding and appreciating that you have the ability to do it for yourself on your own. It might not necessarily be fun, but it is possible and you can do it. And you should absolutely give yourself the benefit of being able to do that, because you're worth it, So yeah, I feel like this full moon in Sag is definitely bringing a lot of different things to the surface, but I feel like it's helping us understand our doubt on a different level, our confusion on a different level, and our lack of faith in ourselves in a different level. And it's not all the other person too, because it's obviously you, because you're letting them affect you, And what that looks like is, I already have doubts. We always have doubts in our lives, and something that you see somewhere else or somebody else's energy is just going to pile on the doubt that you already have. But if you're in a space of motivating yourself, talking positivity over yourself, speaking life into you, when you get to a space where you're like, this doesn't make sense, or I'm not too sure about that, instead of spiraling and you start to speak life into yourself and be like, you're powerful, you're strong, you're confident, you can do this. Like, when you start to remind yourself of those things, even if you're picking up on some energy from the outside world, you'll be able to remind yourself, like, wait, hold on, I know better than this. Like, I don't know where this energy is coming from. I know better than this. Instead of, you always have a headache, so when you get a stronger headache, it's not that big of a deal because you always have a headache anyway. You always doubt yourself. So when somebody else adds on top of that, you're just like, oh, I'm even more depressed and more pitiful than I thought I was. It's like, are you? Are you? Or are you that way because you're absorbing energies that are similar to you? Like is going to attract like always. And I think that's one of the hardest things that we have to realize and accept, that birds of a feather really do flock together. And people are always like, no, they don't. And the reason you say no, they don't is because you do not want to be a reflection of the people around you. And what does that even say? That we are so afraid or so offended by being a reflection of the people that we spend our time and our energy with. You should hear that birds of a feather flock together and be like, and they sure do. They sure motherfucking do. Over here, we all flocking and tweeting the same motherfucking language. That's how you should feel. But I think that, love keeps us in a lot of spaces. And I think guilt keeps us in a lot of spaces as well. And I talked about this in the second to last podcast episode. In the last podcast episode, I talk about, accepting your mistakes, accepting the wrongs that you have made, and not allowing that to be a reason or an excuse for you to allow yourself to be beat down, by life, or beat down by certain energies, just because maybe once upon a time you were the negative friend, or you were the friend that was going through something, it doesn't mean that now you have to allow people to affect your energy in a negative way. I think you should let people know how they affect you, and if they love you, then they'll understand and respect that. Because even if you aren't a spiritual person, if I tell you, hey, the more time I spend around you, the more stressed I get because of all of the stress that you're feeling. Like, are you feeling insecure about something? Are you doubting yourself? Are you feeling really confident these days? Do you feel good about the things that you're doing? Do you feel like you're making progress, or do you feel kind of stuck? Because I feel like I'm feeling kind of stuck. We spend a lot of time around each other. I feel like our energies could be rubbing off on one another, and I want to make sure that we're benefiting each other, not holding each other back. Like, it's not hard to have a conversation with someone about their energy and how their energy is affecting you. And I think being open with that is great, because you also want somebody to tell you, hey, your energy is a little much for me right now. Like, it's a two-way street. You know, you also want people on the other side to pour into you and to let you know how you are affecting them as well. So yeah, I feel like we have an opportunity to really get a lot of clarity here and, you know, move forward in it. So yeah, guys, I'm going to answer a couple questions. How to deal with conditions you can't change. Depending on what the conditions are, I would tell you to figure out what you can do to start the journey to changing those conditions, and figure out ways to bring, you know, similar aspects of that condition into your current space. So if you are in a living arrangement that isn't healthy for you, how can you create a safe space in that living arrangement? Or can you find a park or somewhere nearby that you can walk to that is a safe space for you in that space? If you are, you know, I don't know, any kind of, if you're in a certain job that doesn't serve you because you feel like you're not able to, you know, get enough time off, or you feel like you're not making enough money, figure out how you can start to, you know, open up a side hustle, or start doing a little something on the side, maybe get a part-time job, you know, make more of your free time. Start to think about how you can budget and save, so eventually you can, you know, quit. Start saving your PTO. Start figuring out how maybe you can get a raise or jump up in the company, or, you know, do something different to, you know, set yourself up for success. Something that you could possibly do is also, if you know you want to leave a job or something in the next like 6 or so months, you can definitely like go and talk to HR or whoever like is over the payroll, and like get your taxes not withheld anymore, so you get your full check without your taxes. Now, of course, whenever it's time for you to pay taxes, you're gonna have to pay whatever 6 months of your paycheck looks like, but you'll have that extra cushion if you need it. If you wanted to move, or if you wanted to invest it in something else, or even if you do the tax thing for 6 months, put that extra money in savings, and after that you go back to, you know, giving the taxes. Like, there's a lot of different things, you know, no matter what space you're in, that you can do to prepare yourself to get out of that space. So if you're in a space that isn't working for you right now, just set yourself up for that moment of walking away. Set yourself up for that moment of transition. I think that's the best thing that you can do for yourself. I would say okay, so let me read this question for anyone who's rewatching. This says, any tips on feeling a little lonely on your spiritual journey? I left my ex and I'm not sure why. It's been feeling heavy on my heart. I just want to ask how he's doing, but I'm not sure. I would say if you're feeling alone, you know, reach out to friends. If you need online community, like I said, you can look up Sacred Solidarity on Instagram and then join the group chat that's at the link in the bio. Or, you know, you can just look up different, you know, groups online and join community, and, you know, have people that you can talk to and connect with. In a sense of, you know, reaching out to someone that you are no longer with, I never recommend, you know, reconnecting with someone that you've already removed out of your life. And I mean, if you do end up connecting with that person, either two things will happen. You'll be happy you did, or you'll be wishing that you didn't. And it just depends on if you're transition into this next space it just depends on if this transition into your next space of life is worth that risk for you. I also like to tell people, if you are still feeling a connection to someone, I mean, you can always open yourself up to it. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. You know, there's not going to be a gray area. It's either going to work or it's not. So you could end up, you know, kind of getting even more hurt. But it's totally up to, you know, you and what you want to do. But you know, I definitely always recommend doing what's best for you and not thinking of what anybody else needs, to be honest. Unless you have children, and even then, I think you should, you know, still consider putting yourself first, because anybody that needs anything from you needs you to be at your best self, especially kids. But yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, reaching out to anyone, I mean, it's really up to you doing what you want. But I always say, as long as you are aware of the potential risks, and you are willing to deal with whatever risks come with that, the good, the bad, whatever it may cause for you, then, you know, be ready to take that L if it means you'll take that L. But, you know, if you do need community, like I said, I would recommend checking out Sacred Solidarity. Like I said, I'm going to update the links in the description box of this video, so you guys can have the updated links to the podcast and you know, the Instagram and all that good stuff. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. This was the collective reading for the full moon in Sag, and I hope you guys appreciated it. I am going to be doing personal readings, like I said, for this full moon in Sag, where we're going to be talking about tips to keep you balanced, what's next for you spiritually, and what's next for you creatively as well, because this is a space where we're doing creative and spiritual work. And we're also going to be talking about what is keeping you not in alignment. So if there are obstacles, we're going to touch into that as well. So you can check out the description box to see how you can send in and get that reading. Also, like I said, you know, you can check out Sacred Solidarity and go to the Instagram if you want to join the group chat. I'll also have the link to the podcast down below, and I'll have the link to the website where you can book sessions with me. And you can check out the new monthly guidance package where you can book with me on a month-to-month basis. But yeah, guys, I'll probably just be doing videos like this for the time being if I ever do feel like doing videos. But you know, you can always connect with me. I always have those description, you know, those links in the description for you guys. And specifically on Instagram, I'm posting daily on Sacred Solidarity. So I would definitely say, you know, make sure you tap into that as well. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. I really thank you guys for being here. I hope you've been blessed by this space and by these energies. And I am looking forward to connecting with you guys in the future. So yeah, bye guys. Bless.